Hello everyone, it's Marinda. Talking about leadership today. I've talked a lot about the pre-leadership piece lately. A lot of the videos that I've posted have been musings on some of this inner work that's required, right? My business is named Spiral Coaching and Consulting. Spiral Coaching and Consulting, I can say that. And the idea is that this concept, this leading the brilliant new era of healthcare coming in, bringing it back to about the individual human, right? We've had so many technological advances lately, but it's about the individual human, right? And there's a way that you want to practice. You want to develop some dream practice, whether it's staying where you are, right? It might be in a corporate system. It might be developing your own thing. Now, I specialize in the central US. I specialize in mid-size practices. So 3 providers to 3 clinics. Okay, those are kind of my specialties. Now, that's when I start with you. That's when I start with you. If you have vision of that, okay? Maybe you're not there yet. Maybe that's not where you're at, but that's my specialty. So I talk a lot about the pre-leadership work. I feel like there's a lot of places that I see a lot of leadership trainers missing, and that is missing this whole pre-leadership part, right? We talk about leadership. I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to give you an overview, and then I'm going to do a series of the 6 steps to leadership, the 6 things that you are doing as a leader. I'm going to give you an overview of those. And as you do those things, right, as you move through that piece of the spiral, as you move through those becoming a deeply comfortable, natural thing for you, right? This is easy leadership. This is light leadership is what I've named it. I have an actual program that I'm going to be launching. It's not until April. Focusing on the leadership work, right? Called light leadership. That's the style of leadership that I've developed. And it's this idea that it's not rigid, top-down, heavy, stressful management. This gets to be fun. It gets to be flowy. It expands, it contracts as you are wanting to do that with your practice, with your business. It's authentic. You are cherished, loved, and respected for all of who you are. Systems and structures support you, so you aren't stressing out about the things. There's so much that goes ahead with this pre-leadership. So yes, I do speak to that primarily. Yes, that is the programs that you do with me. You start with this pre-leadership work. It's the core collection. It's get your relationships right. Build the foundation for relationships. That's where you enter with me. That program is free. You can start with me for free. Foundations of an Empowered and Authentic Relationship. It's on my website. Go to pre-relationship work. It's going to lead you to the core collection page, the selection page. So the core collection is the video series and individual coaching sessions with me, relationships, getting your systems and structures to support you instead of constrict you. And really, once you realize how much influence and how much power you have in your own world, then you can truly be you. And then we do say yes to you. And this is the authenticity piece. This also is where you get really, really, really clear on what your dream practice is. Once you're really clear on what your dream practice is, you're really confident, you know that you can do it, you're deeply comfortable with who you are, how you do the things, what you want to do, right? What your vision is, what's important to you, what your values are, what your desires are, and you know that you make those come true, then the leadership stuff is the natural extension of that. So yes, I'm going to talk about it. Yes, I'm going to do some videos about it. Yes, I have programs for it. And it isn't a thing to add to your task list. It isn't a thing to add to your to-do list. Right? When you have your foundation in relationships this way, this is the stuff that's the natural extension of that. Right? Then when you're doing this way, here's one of the fun things. I actually did this backwards. I started leading as a natural thing. Like I didn't realize I didn't know what I was doing that was so different. And so I took a bunch of steps. I did a bunch of studies, learning, certificates, all the things to figure out what I was doing. And then I did it more intentionally. What really was a fun byproduct of leading the way that I wanted to lead, of working with my patients the way that I wanted to work with my patients, whether I was at the front desk or I was a provider, all the way through, we made more money. Patients were happier, retention was higher, staff retention was higher, providers were less stressed out, surgery schedules increased, conversion to premium products and premium services like doubled, tripled, like the numbers were crazy. And so when you do leadership this way, expansion is the next obvious step, right? And so I said a lot of leadership trainers miss on this pre-leadership work. The core collection is for that. But I feel like they also then lose you. They drop you. They're not ready to up level with you. Now, yes, there's some true specialists, right? And that's true. And there are some that have really niched into some of the things, and that's incredible. And when you're at that step and that's the trainer you want, then work with that person. But really what happens with this next step is that you're going to go back to the pre-leadership work, right? Because now you're doing publications. Now you're deciding if you're going to expand into another clinic or another provider, right? You got clear on that at the beginning. You kind of had a vibe for what you wanted that to feel like in the future, but now you're ready for it. And so you're going to get really clear again. You're going to get really confident again. You're going to make sure that now these up-leveled relationships are ready for that. Do you see where this is a spiral and it keeps growing, and you start influencing those around you? And then those that thought that you were crazy, because they will, because you're doing something different, right? I get it. You're in small towns. You're in the central US. It's scary. I walk you through it. It's okay. You be comfortable. I swear it happens. It does. I know this is harder in these small towns in the central US than it is in a, metropolitan city area where there's people everywhere. The risk of losing 1 in 300 versus 1 in 3 million if you do things your own way, right? The proportions are different, and so we navigate that with you. But when you get into this expansive leadership, right now people are asking how you did it, right? How do you have this much success? How are you retaining your patients? How are your conversion rates so high? Right? Yes, the schools tend to be on the coast, but when you start talking to your reps, when you start talking to some of the people that are really, really doing it well, often they are in the central US and they have specialized. We know people will drive. We're used to 15 minutes to that town, half hour to that town. We're used to an hour and a half to 3 hours to the city, to where we want to be. We do it. We chose to live rurally. We do it. Okay. And so they are the ones that said, yes, I'm going to do this. I think this is what's truly best for you. I have decided that this is what I love, that this is a priority to me, that this matters. And so when you speak to your patients, you speak with that clarity, with that conviction, with that, yes, this is what I love. And it happens naturally. And then you grow. And then you grow, and then you decide how much you want to grow, what you want that to look like, right? What having it all means to you. It's going to mean very differently to you than it is to someone else. Okay, so leadership is, I'm going to drop you these 6, and then I'm going to do a separate video for each of these, okay? Leadership is awareness. Okay, having awareness for what's going on around you, not judging it, simply having awareness and taking it in. Hey, this is what's going on. That is actually what's happening. I could judge that as bad, but that's actually what's happening. What shifts and adjustments do I want to make with that? Okay. And then it's leading by example. You lead by example. The vibe you want your staff to have, you have that extra. I'm not saying fake. I'm saying you're really solid in it, okay? Whether that is subdued and matter of fact, or whether that is like bubbly and high vibe, or whether that is like uber spiritual and like in your thing, like whatever your thing is. Now you are multifaceted and you get to be multifaceted. But in all of your facets, what is true for you? Look at that. That's a big one. That's a big exercise we do. In all of your multifacets, right? Maybe you're hunting, maybe you're with your fancy friends at the fancy restaurant. Maybe you are doing some, what's the word I want? Advocacy work. Maybe you're doing some credentialing with the hospital, right? Whatever you're doing, what's true for you? That's what you stand on. That's what you bring forward. Okay? And then you get to decide which version of you want to put energy to in each given moment. You will see me being extra direct, professional, speaking fast, doing those things. And then you will see me like, hey, chilling. All of that is me. Okay? Leading by example. And I get it, that seems shifty, but no matter what, the patient, this is true. No matter what, this is true. And there are going to be some things that no matter what. And once you find those, you back you up, you have your back, and you stand true to those things. That's what I mean by leading by example. Okay? We get really a lot more specific in this in other work. This is just an overview, okay? The next one is, oh my gosh, where am I? Awareness, lead by example, training. Like you're gonna actually train your staff. Yes, the technical, but also on your vision. They're gonna know what's important for you. They're gonna know where you're headed. They're gonna know what your thing is, what you love. Okay? You're gonna actually spend the time to train them. Not just their little piece of the job, but like where their piece fits into the whole thing. You're gonna train them, and maybe it's not you that trains them, but you do want to be hands-on. Your staff are the people that allow you to do what you love. They are a part of the system that supports you. Okay? Empowerment. I'm going to leave that there because there's so much that goes with that. Encouragement. These are separate things. A lot of people get these twisty, that these are the same thing. They are not the same thing. Okay? Empowerment is putting the power back in their lap. Okay? Giving the power back to where it belongs. So it's a colleague, a patient, a staff member comes to you, hey, what do we do about this? Hey, so-and-so's doing that. Cool, our vision is this. This is my clear goal. These are our priorities. These are our no-goes. I get it. That's a really great area. What's your take on that? That's empowerment. Okay. Encouragement is, yeah, that's your choice. That's a great idea. You can do it. You got this. That's encouragement. That's the difference. Okay. We talk a lot more about this. Getting the foundation for relationships correct is really, really, really important with that one. Okay? If you're still codependent in your relationships, if you still are looking for others to meet your needs, yes, in a work relationships, that we clarify that. Okay? I see where that can get twisty with some other trainers. Okay, so empowerment, encouragement, and then redirecting. Okay? Redirecting. And this is where, hey, I see that you're doing this. This is the goal. This is what we're creating. This is the vision. This is where we're going. This is what's important to us. Like, what's going on? How you doing? What's up? right? This is what's important to me, and we generally do it this way, and this is what I'm seeing. Tell me about that. Okay, cool. So this is the vision. Let's bring it back this way. How can we do that? That's empowerment. Yeah, yes, we can totally do that. That's encouragement. High fives in the hallway, right? Redirecting, bringing it back. Some people are going to deal well with that, right? Some staff members are going to deal great with that. Some colleagues are going to deal great with that. Some partners are going to deal great with that. Some of them are not. And knowing when to bring them in and knowing when to let them go, because you know what? Like, I super see you and I super appreciate you. And this is where we're going. And that seems to not be the thing for you. And I appreciate you so much. I appreciate everything that you are and everything that you're trying to do and everything that you've got going on in your world. And this just isn't for you. All right, I've been let go that way. I thought I got to let my numbers speak for themselves. I thought I got to, right? It was a hotel sales and catering. I was in event coordination prior to healthcare. And I thought if I had events that went off well, details that were attended to well, things that were well planned out, well communicated, I supported the staff in doing them. I had the high numbers for sales. People were referring back to me. We were booked further out than ever before, that was enough. What I didn't realize was that I was also supposed to kiss the chef's ass and bring him a bottle of whiskey and blah, blah, blah. I don't do that. Now, I will support you. I will befriend you. I'm in. Like, we are a team. Like, we got this. But I'm not going to kiss your ass for the sake of kissing your ass, just to fluff you up so you feel better. Now, I've also worked with surgeons for the last 20 years. So there's a balance to this, right? And I can help you find that. If that gets tricky to navigate that line. Once you get your relationships right, that's not tricky, okay? And we were able to separate paths that way and was able to be amiable. Like, I still appreciated that manager, that leader, right? It wasn't a bad thing. It was a relief, thank God thing, okay? Like, if me blowing your numbers out of the water isn't going to work for you, if that's not the environment you're trying to create, right, where we are an even team member, then that's just not where I want to be. So thank you for releasing me from trying to be something that I wasn't. Okay? You get to be that person for your people. The leadership spiral. Okay? You are the leaders of the brilliant new era, and I'm help you develop and lead your dream practice. I love supporting you.